spreading rumors. How about this one from Jeff Passan's ESPN article? He put out his big notes column for the offseason, and he said the Blue Jays are considered by other front offices to be the favorites to land Kyle Tucker.
Wow.
That's huge. I think he's a great fit there.
He's a great fit on a lot of teams, Scott, so let's not just throw him in there.
I want him on a team where he doesn't have to be the head honcho. Check. There's a head honcho worth $500 million over
Vladdy Daddy.
Base.
He likes to party.
Yeah.
Doesn't really run.
I think he fits the MO of what we saw from a team that had a very clear-cut identity, right? Excellent defensive team. A lot of guys that can do a lot of different things well. Contact made, quality ABs. Sure, that's what every team hopes to have, but isn't that what the identity of the Blue Jays was?
Mm-hmm. Tough at bats.
Yep.
Grind out at bats.
Kyle Tucker does that.
Why do you think he's so valuable?
Also, yeah, many teams want him, AJ. Many teams are not going to fork up $400+ million. The Blue Jays can.
Well, then if they get him, they lose Bo, right?
Probably.
Is Gosman's a free agent too?
Nope.
No?
Mm-mm.
Bassett. So if they lose Bassett's a free agent. So if they lose him, or if they sign Tucker, they're probably going to lose Bo, and their defense is still okay in the infield because you still have Jimenez, you still have Clement, you still have Vladdy at first, and you still have, I guess you put Barger at third. That's still not terrible.
It's good.
Your outfield is pretty good with Varsho, Springer,
and Tucker.
Oof,
that's good.
Pretty good. And then their pitching is pretty good. And they sign a reliever or two. It's pretty good. I do that. Blue Jays fans, start calling Rogers. Call Rogers, get a new phone, and get some Sports Century.
You still also have, really Springer more on the DH side of things, or him and Santander can kind of mix and match. Maybe Santander finds it and gets healthy this offseason and comes back and plays well for them. There's still Lucas, David Schneider on the platoon side. Like there's a lot coming back for Toronto. It's nice to hear this if you're a Blue Jays fan and you're concerned that Bo might not sign there. The question is, if you're going after Kyle Tucker, why aren't you trying to fork up the money for Bo Bichette instead?
Who do they find more valuable?
That's clearly what we're hearing here, because Kyle Tucker is going to get more money than Bo Bichette, correct? We all agree on that.
Yes.
Kyle Tucker's going to get conservatively probably $400 million, where Bo is probably more in the 200 range, maybe a little bit more.
Probably
right?
a little bit less.
A little less? Okay. So do you agree to choose Tucker over Bo?
Yeah, if you can trust that Andres Jimenez is going to play shortstop for you the entire season, if you feel like that's where the value is. Shortstop's a very important position, and Kyle Tucker is a very important player. So I don't think they're one and the same. You can't look at it the same way, but you also, how many teams have two guys that are getting paid over $400 million? If Tucker gets $400 million and Vladdy's already getting $500, zero. Nobody's getting that much money. And I have a hard time believing that they do it, but I also have a hard time believing that anywhere Kyle Tucker goes isn't a good fit. Even if he's supposed to be the leader, this guy is a bona fide aircraft carrier, and wherever he lands is going to be a massive upgrade for their lineup. And I know Blue Jay fans are going to be like, well, what about this guy? There isn't anybody in that lineup that should take time away from Kyle Tucker if your team wants to get Kyle Tucker.
Holiday shopping season is here, and we have you covered from head to toe.
Let's talk about an area that's not quite close to the toes. Let's get crazy with this holiday season. Yeah, that's MeUndies I'm spinning around, but the holiday season, now you can get MeUndies with some holiday prints on them.
That's right, ridiculously soft fabric holiday prints, matching holiday prints with your special person, or you can coordinate PJs for the family photo. And right now you can get up to 50% off with the code FOUL. We rock MeUndies. You should too. We're talking over 30 million pairs sold. Knock out all your holiday gifting needs today with MeUndies to get exclusive holiday deals up to, yep, I said it, 50% off. Go to MeUndies.com/foul and enter promo code FOUL. That's MEUNDIES.com/FOUL. Promo code FOUL for up to 50% off. He also wrote in his article, the Dodgers are expected to have interest if Tucker's open to a short-term arrangement. Why would he be open to a short-term arrangement if he's going to get larger offers like that? That's popped up with the Dodgers every once in a while. Remember, they offered Bryce Harper high average annual value. To me,
sometimes people maybe just want to try it out for a year.
No, not when he's waited to get to this point and he's still coming off.
You don't know. You're not Kyle Tucker. Maybe he wants to just try LA out for a year.
Kyle, don't do it.
Maybe he wants to go NBA style, Scott.
No, Kyle.
What does that cost?
And then wait, what, for the lockout the next year? No way. He's signing a multi-year contract. Other teams, Scott, he put as.
I'm just trying to give you a reason. You asked me for a reason. I gave you the reason, and you yell at me.
You came up with a great reason, and you're right. I apologize for yelling at you. Other potential landing spots, AJ, tell me if you think any of these other spots are believable. He had Orioles in there. I think that you can cross them off the list after the Taylor Ward acquisition. I think the Orioles clearly stated, we're not playing in the big kids pool.
We're not playing in big boy land.
Player like that. And I actually think they should spend their money on pitching anyway. But the other teams listed on here were the Phillies, Giants, Yankees, and the Mets.
Yankees make a lot of sense.
Even with Grisham back now and Jones and Dominguez and Judge.
They clearly have shown how much they like those guys.
What, by not playing Dominguez?
By not playing Dominguez the whole postseason?
Yeah.
They clearly don't love him.
Right.
Grisham, they just brought back. I mean, Judge has got to play.
Yeah, and Judge has to play the outfield.
Stanton's
DHing. Okay, so Yankees. What about you, Kratz? Where do you think is realistic? Give us your Phillies take, of course. I'll give the Mets side of the equation. I don't see it. I don't see it for New York. I think they're going to focus heavily on rebuilding the pitching staff. I think they'll be okay on the lineup front. So just playing to what you said, I don't think they're going to have $200, $400, $500+ million guys there. And they're not the only ones either. Lindor's getting paid a lot. I just don't think that's where they're going to focus their resources. So what do you think, Phillies? I think Giants could be a realistic possibility for a player like that.
I think Giants could be realistic, but I think they understand that they're just not going to get the extreme value out of him because of that ballpark. 81 games there, you're not going to get quite as much. I think the connection for the Phillies is there because they were going to trade for him. They had the Castellanos-Bohm, supposed trade for Kyle Tucker this past season, so Dombrowski clearly likes him. To add another 10-year contract to this aging roster with Harper being on his 13-year deal and Trey Turner being on his, I think his was 12. I think it's a stretch to think that, but the connection is already there. So it's like, if there's smoke, there's fire. Dombrowski clearly liked him. He clearly was enough for them in a one-year rental. He wouldn't have to be the number one guy if they bring back Schwarber. Because you can't bring this guy in. Everybody said you can't bring him in to be the leader. Harper's not the leader. Trey Turner's not the leader. Pitchers can't be the leader. So I feel like it's a stretch, but there is a slight connection there.
Right. Did you say Harper's not the leader on the Philly?
Schwarber is.
I think that Harper is somewhat. Yes, I understand Schwarber's probably the guy, but Harper's got to have some leadership qualities there because I've been around that Phillies team. A lot of them look to Harper to see how he's doing.
I think he's a leader on the field. I think he's an energy guy. I think he says, "Look, we're going to get going, boys." I think it's a little bit different. Complete off the field. I think it's so hard for superstars to be the leader. So much is asked of him. So much is asked day in and day out. Interviews and this and that. And he's got, I'm just telling you from the guys that play on the team currently, from what they said, I don't see him as being that leader. Now he's getting older. Could he be a guy that says, hey, you know what? I want to step up in that role. I saw Rhys Hoskins do it. I saw Kyle Schwarber do it. I saw different guys do it. I think guys can change, but it's hard when you are the star like Bryce Harper.